Hello and welcome. I am Elizibar, your host, and we got Cactus Coyote. This says it's the Ashcan release down here. It says Ashcan release up here. It says issue 0 down here. This came in with the Jack Irons stuff. It's one of the digital rewards for the Jack Irons issue 4 campaign. At least I think it's from issue 4, and this hasn't just been sitting in my to read pile for like a year or something from issue 3. I don't know. Pretty sure it's issue 4 though. And this takes place in the same setting as Jack Irons, but it's got pretty much a different creative team with a very different take on the kind of material that's in the setting. It's still kind of a dark, oppressive corporate world, but Cactus Coyote, you can see from looking at the cover, is not really a dark, depressing kind of character. A very bright character. Just look at the lights here. Even though there's this poor little cat over here that's having a bad day. Let me zoom in a little bit. Boop, 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 boop. Got it? Let's do one more click. Boop. There we go. So you can see the creative team here. Dollar Coins, Stored Storyboards, Andrea Boscolo, Arts and Colors. There's also some coloring here, plus lettering. And if you didn't believe this was part of the same setting as Jack Irons, boom, Famine Incorporated. Poor little cat. Good use of color here. That's one thing I have to absolutely give the book credit for is the colors pop like whoa all over the place. Let's see, this is page 2. Let's look at page 3, which is an introduction to the setting. All right, we see we got like an asteroid, some kind of ships jumping in. I can't believe my eyes. We finally made it. Spin a Rooney Town. So we see up here, we got like maybe a radio transmitter or something here, you know, like Marvin the Martian space antenna or something, but no. That ain't it at all. It is a giant roulette wheel. Or giant sign meant to look like a roulette wheel. Like, you get the idea. Like, this is Casino Town, baby. The #1 spot. And I always just enjoy this kind of stuff in a comic book or any story where you have this incredibly fabulous technology, super advanced stuff, and it's being used in a completely trivial way. It's a good introduction to the setting. Now, this book does spend a lot of its early pages, like the first 8 pages, well, I guess, let's see, from page 3 to page 8, is kind of set up for the setting, as opposed to showing us the, the title character doing stuff. It was a little off-putting as I was reading through it. I'm like, man, when are we going to see Cactus Coyote? When are we going to see the character this book is supposed to be about? All right, it's not all set up like we do kind of. I mean, I guess this is technically set up here because she's like looking at stuff, like she's seeing the future. Neutrino star, and it blows up the fancy city. So I imagine this is like set up for the main plot of the story. But for right now, there's just like 2 pages with this elfin-looking character here with spade eyes. Kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a weird choice. But they're on a casino world, so it also kind of makes sense. So she's going to be in the main book, I'm sure, factoring into stuff more. Let's jump to page 7. And let's center it again. Just stay centered. PDF, just stay centered. We meet one of our characters here, the little cat. You might have recalled seeing the cat on the cover, also on the credit page. And this poor little kitty is just clearly hungry, like sees those donuts. Ooh, is the show about to start? Oh yeah. And then, whoosh, and there go the box of donuts. Now, if you're looking at this, you might notice the style is a little simplified, very stylized. It's a lot more like a manga than a Western comic book. I mean, we're reading from the top left, to the bottom right, but it's playing fast with stuff. There's not walls of text. There's no 3x3 or 4x4 panel layout here like Tom King went absolutely crazy on a comic book. Again, somebody needs to stop that guy. This poor little cat is starving, doesn't get his donuts, and look at that. Little growly noises, anger, upset tummy. Now, of course, we got to get introduced to the title character. We go inside one of the casinos. We got, well, I mean, whoo, I hope I can show that on YouTube. Bust. Boom. I mean, come on. You set this up as a little visual joke here. The only way it could have been a bigger, better joke is if these people had been, like, over here so that you saw a bust and it immediately went down to her. Like, that's the only way you could have made that little sight gag more obvious. But, hey. Out of the way, Toots! Watch it! Watch yourself, Beanstalk! Hot! Rolling in! Security! Excuse me, folks! Boom! He's got a cactus. He's a coyote. I wonder, is a cactus coyote? The answer is yeah. He interrupts the game. He hops up on the table. He's doing some stuff. Security is after him. Over there! Don't let him escape! That's him! That's... And of course on the next page, Cactus Coyote! With great foreshortening on the arm, super dynamic pose. He's holding the hat on, giant dice in the background. This is a great little panel. We meet our character. He has some short shenanigans. We learn more about him, about the world. We get a little active activity. It's a pretty good time. Only problem with this book is it does read like a manga, which means this was like an instant read. 20 pages in a manga goes by so fast. It's like, and you're done. Whereas some other books, 20 pages can be kind of a slog depending on how much text is on the page. This was fun to read, super fast. Tastes great, less filling, something like that. I had a good time with it. And I kind of came into this feeling dubious about it. Because, spin-offs, right? You know what I mean? Spin-offs are usually not as good as the original thing, but this has a completely different tone. And frankly, if it wasn't for like the Famine Incorporated coin, I wouldn't even have known this was a spin-off. Alright, well there's your late night comic book review with Elizibar here. You all take care of yourselves. You have a great one. And I don't know where you can get more of this. I have no idea. But it's out there somewhere. I'm sure you can look it up. Take care of yourselves. Have a great day. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. And bye-bye.